I knew my marriage was over before I even saw them. The laugh told me. Not the sight. Not the silence. The laugh. It came from my living room. Warm. Relaxed. Familiar. And it should never have been there. I left work early that afternoon. Just a headache. A canceled meeting. One of those small changes that seem meaningless. Until they are not. I remember driving home tired. Already thinking about quiet. Cold water. A dark room. Maybe an hour of sleep before evening service. That was all I wanted. My wife thought I would be home much later. My best friend thought so too. I know that now. The gate was unlocked. That was strange. She always locked it. Always. I stepped inside and heard the laugh again. His laugh. My best friend. For 1 second my mind tried to rescue me. Maybe he stopped by. Maybe it was harmless. Maybe. Then I stepped into the sitting room. And everything inside me broke. She was on the sofa. He was beside her. Too close. Her hand was on his chest. His face was turned toward hers. The air between them said everything. My keys slipped from my hand. The sound snapped them apart. She turned first. Then he did. I had known this man for 12 years. We prayed together. Shared meals. Shared burdens. Brotherhood. The kind men rarely find twice. And there he was. In my house. Beside my wife. Looking at me like death had entered the room. No one spoke. That was the worst part. No explanation. No lie. Just 3 people standing inside the truth. Then my wife said my name. Softly. Like softness could undo what I had seen. My body went cold. Not angry first. Cold. Because some pain burns later. First comes ice. I turned and walked out. She called after me. He did too. Neither followed. I sat in my car for a long time. Hands on the wheel. Breathing wrong. My phone started ringing. Her name. Then his. I rejected both. Minutes stretched strangely. Like time itself had been damaged. At some point I saw his car leave my compound. He did not look toward mine. Coward. That word stayed in my head. I drove. Nowhere. Everywhere. Past the road to church. Past old memories. Every place suddenly felt contaminated. That is what betrayal does. It poisons memory. Even good moments start to look suspicious. One question kept repeating inside me. How long? How long had they been doing this? The sun was dropping when I pulled over beside an empty field. Dust floated through orange light. My hands were shaking. Then the words came out. Not polished. Not spiritual. Just honest. God, if you do not stop me tonight, I will ruin everything. Because I knew what I wanted. I wanted someone else to feel the pain I felt. Then someone knocked on my window. Hard. I looked up. An old man stood beside the car. Gray beard. Simple shirt. Dust on his sandals. A face I had never seen before. I lowered the window slightly. He looked straight into my eyes and said, "Do not go home angry." My heart jumped. I asked what he meant. He repeated it calmly. "You're being invited into a trap." Those words hit hard. Because 10 minutes earlier, that was exactly my plan. Go home. Explode. Destroy everything left. I asked if he knew me. He shook his head. Then said quietly, "But the one who sent me does." Then he added, "He was your friend before he betrayed you. But he was not the first one to fail you." That froze me. Because he was right. This pain was older than today. My father left when I was young. Not died. Left. And abandonment followed me for years. Then the old man said something that shook me. "If you answer this in anger, your son will inherit the sound of your breaking." My son. That hit me like a punch. Children breathe in wars adults think they are hiding. The old man reached into his pocket and handed me a folded paper. I opened it. Only one sentence was written inside. "Do not let betrayal choose the next man you become." My hands started shaking. Because those words were written in my journal. Something private. Something no one knew. I looked up. "Who are you?" I asked. He smiled slightly. Someone who ignored that warning once. Then he walked away. I stepped out of the car. Looked down at the note for only a second. When I looked up again, he was gone. The field was open. The road empty. Nothing. Instead of going home, I drove to church. There was no service. Just quiet. I sat alone in the back row. That was where the tears finally came. Heavy ones. I cried over the marriage, over the friendship, over the humiliation. Then I whispered the only prayer I had left. Lord, I do not know what to save. The silence after that prayer felt heavy. Then a thought came, clear. Save your soul first. Not the marriage, not the friendship, your soul. Do not let betrayal turn you into something else. Just then the church door opened. My pastor walked in. I had not called him. He sat beside me and asked, "What happened?" I told him enough. He listened quietly, then said something surprising. I was in my study when I suddenly felt I should come here. I showed him the note, told him about the old man. He read it slowly. Then his face changed. Years ago, he said, when his first marriage ended, an old man stopped him outside a courthouse and said those exact same words. He never saw that man again either. That was when I understood. God was interrupting a pattern, not just betrayal, a pattern of wounded men turning pain into destruction. Later that night I went home, but I did not go alone. My pastor came with me. My wife was crying on the sofa. My friend was gone. Truth came out that night. Ugly truth. Complicated truth. Months of distance before the betrayal. The months that followed were brutal. Counseling. Separation. Confession. I never restored that friendship. Some graves should stay closed. My marriage took longer. Much longer. Because God doing something unbelievable did not mean making life easy. It meant making it possible for me to move forward without poison in my soul. And maybe that was the real miracle. Not that everything was instantly healed, but that I did not become the man betrayal invited me to become. Now when I remember that day, I do not first remember the sofa or the laugh. I remember the note. Do not let betrayal choose the next man you become. Because sometimes the greatest miracle is not immediate healing. Sometimes the greatest miracle is heaven stopping the damage before it spreads. If stories like this remind you that God can still interrupt the darkest moments of life, you might want to subscribe. There are many more stories like this here. Someone out there might need the next one.